I'm about to. Morning, everyone. Right, let's see if this has gone live. I'm on. Okay. Right. I've accidentally identified it as Mum on StreamYard, which is a bit of an oopsie. We should be fine, hopefully. Morning, everyone. I hope the video is working. Mine's a bit laggy, but I think that's just the Wi-Fi, because my phone is definitely running itself. So let's still check that. Oh, hello, Donna. And hello, Sandy. Right, let's get started. So today we're doing a bit of a twist on how we use stencils normally. It's a little bit Easter themed with butterflies. I know Easter has like mainly it's associated with bunny rabbits, but we're doing butterflies. It's, you know, that's me. And we're also going to be using this piece of rice paper as some collage on our background. The video is jumpy. Oh, that's not a good sign. I'm on my own thing. I don't have the Wi-Fi password on my phone. This is going to be a bit of an interlude. Just real quick. Come on, Noah. The faster than sloth, please. Right. We should be on the Wi-Fi now. Hopefully that works. Make sure it works. Praying. Excellent. Sorry about that. I'm so used to having to use my own mobile data for classes in Brisbane. But yeah. Yes. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, hello, Sally. Sorry about the earlier thing. Okay, so I'm just going to tear this up to use it. Also, a bit of update. I figured out what was giving me allergy attack, so we're much better this week. Oh, excellent. That's so good. Sorry about that earlier. Oh, and Amelia's in a bunk bed. And everyone is home for Easter. Yay! Right, so let's get started, shall we? So, I'm just using some white textured gesso, and I'm using that to stick down my rice paper, because rice paper becomes see-through when using gel media matte, and I want this to stay as is, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be see-through. I want it to be as bright as possible. So I'm going to use gesso. It will give it like a nice white backing underneath. Like, it'll make it completely opaque. So it's a little bit of a trick. And I'm using the textured stuff just because it has a little bit more body than a normal gesso. Another good way of doing it would be modeling paste to keep it nice and opaque. And I'm just doing that because I'm going to be doing a lot of stenciling over top. And I kind of still want to see bits of my rice paper as clearly as possible. So by putting gesso underneath, it means that it doesn't lose any of its color whatsoever. If we did use gel medium, it'd become more of like a ghost pattern, which is really nice, don't get me wrong, but I want it to be as bright as possible. So gesso it is. And then we're just going to put on a little bit over here. Just do like a normal gluing thing where you put some on the base, some on the back of the paper, and some on top. So that's how we work. And then, so we're just much on the top there. There we go. Making sure there's no air bubbles because I all know how that one works. Okay, so just sticking this down. No, we don't really want the barcode, so we'll rip the barcode off as soon as we get this bit stuck down. And because we've got that there, and it's not 100% stuck in this area, so we're just going to put that down there, and then kind of make it really nice and layered. So by doing this, we've got a bit of backing on it, and it also saves us like half the work of making a mixed media background. And it keeps moving because there isn't enough glue underneath it, and I rubbed that the wrong way. Fun times. It's great to know when something isn't stuck nicely. We get too far. There we go. Oh no, I hope it gets better, Yvonne. Is anyone else having problems? Oh, okay, well, that's good, it's accurate. I hope it doesn't get too jumpy. Okay, right, so now that we've got that there, what we're going to do is we're just going to come in and do some bits and pieces. So we've got Mom's fine tip markers because I raided her stash this morning. And I'm just going to grab the light blue that matches this blue here. Come in. Just grab the Art by Marlene stencil. I'm just going to do some fine outlines. And this is just to add a bit of patterning to it, because the more patterns we have, the better off the main effect / technique we're going to do is. It's kind of like, what we're going to do is kind of like paper piecing inside a stencil, but at the same time without any of the glue. So, which you all should be happy about, because I all know that glue
plus drying over.
It's just sometimes just not your friend. Hey, it just gets everywhere. Like, I use collage on a daily basis, and even I have to admit that it was annoying as. It's just annoying.
When you draw over glue, it makes it very hard to see.
Well, you can't really draw it over wet glue.
Tried it.
Yeah, you destroy the pens. Right, and then I'm just going to keep on going. Oh my gosh, sorry, my head is blocking the way. Also, if your Facebook is lagging a little bit, it might be because they did do an update on Thursday. So just make sure your Facebook's up to date, because they did an update on Thursday. It's always fun, like when you're like, oh, that's why it's not working. I forgot the update. So yeah, just be wary that.
What color are you going to do those rainbows in? A pen or paint?
Oh no, the rainbows are just going to stay outlines.
Oh.
See? It's going to be the trick.
Maybe after this one, you better wash your hands.
I don't wash my hands until the end of class. If we had to wash my hands in between every time they got dirty in class, we would be here for a very, very long time.
No, I meant after class.
Well, obviously.
I didn't mean after class.
I don't walk around with paint on my arm because, by choice. Normally I only walk around with paint on my arm because it will hurt too much to try and get it off.
ink lava.
Okay. There's no need to comment on the fact that I still have glue on my forearm. It's been there since Monday. And I'm not trying to rip it off because I'm going to lose arm hairs from it and it's going to hurt.
That must be what I'm using is.
Oh, that's excellent. Okay, everyone's good now? Oh,
Thank you.
that's good because just double checking. You never know. It's kind of a problem. Right, there we go. So we're going to put those ones down with, and then we're just going to come in and do some stamping. Now this is the stamp from the our advent calendar. We did do 25 classes in a row for that advent calendar. So if you want to go and see how I used stamping that, there's I think an album full of those, but
What was the 25th one in the calendar?
it was an art journal.
Art journal?
And I'm just rubbing some white gesso on it, and I'm just stamping it down. And this is just to get a little bit of texture in a few places. And because it is the gesso textured ones, it does have a bit more body to it, so it's giving a bit more of a dimension to it.
Not that dark.
Quite nice. Okay, and I'll just lift it up to show you guys once it's done, because I don't think you can see where it's going.
What are you doing? Have you got a helper?
Yeah, she's going to go and wash my stamp for me instead of
Really?
the whole class.
You're using slave labour. Your little sister. How dare you?
Excuse me, I'm the one that had to be used as the test dummy underneath her last night while she was sleeping in the loft, just in case she fell out. She had something to fall onto. Yes.
Great use for an older sister.
People, that was my parents' plans. In case the first night that Amelia slept in a loft bed, she fell out, she would just casually roll onto me. It's fun times. Oh, morning, Dee. Anyway, so I'm just going to lift it up. So as you can see, we've done a bit of stamping and where the bits and pieces go and all the rest of it. So it looks pretty nice.
The water was not helpful.
Go and try it. Oh, she loves it to pieces, honestly. Gives her a lot of freedom and her own like little space. It definitely helps stopping her from putting 100 toys into her bed as well. Because
The pile of little ponies she was
yeah,
looking
last night, yesterday when we were cleaning up her room and she lifted up her pillow to reveal like 100 My Little Pony little plastic toys that she was sleeping with, was like, oh my gosh, what is my sister doing? Okay, so now we've got all that done, what we're going to come and do is we're going to actually come and do our technique with our butterfly stencil and some watercolor, which I promised in last night's class. So we're going to do...
Some of it might have came off, but that's the water's fault.
Okay. Right, so we're going to go ahead and do our large butterfly first, and then we'll do the smaller ones. And we're going to start off with big first because it's easier to get to fill in the space big-wise than small. So,
Blue.
blue? Maybe this colour. So I'm just using my mum's Montmartre watercolours because, yeah, I patch light. Kind of.
It's a purple blue, that colour.
And then and do
Adding better detail.
now in with our pink. So basically just doing, like drawing some flowers with the watercolors.
I think next should go with that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see one of the flowers already. Also a bow.
Kind of hope this works. I've only done this a few times, so it worked all the other times, but I didn't have rice paper down.
Please tell me this works. I think after the big one, you get to make your own.
Do that. Now we're just gonna do this last one bit. Okay. So we're just gonna lift that up gently so you can kind of see where it goes. We add our darker shading points in. So now that we've got that done, what we're gonna come in with our thinner paintbrush and with our glitter. Sorry, it's a new tube. So and then what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our glitter glue or with our glitter paint and just sorry, I meant white. Dots if it works, if there's not too much water on my paintbrush. And I just want to do these little dots. I know you cannot see, but I will lift it up to show you in a minute. Promise. And then on this one here, we'll do one flower. Work, and then just come in with our dark color here, and then all about mixing and playing. Of course, because it's watercolor, so it's yeah, I'm just gonna do some lines. Make some small flowers. Just to add some color from that all. Because the darker the watercolor is underneath it, the better the whites will look when we add it in. I love this butterfly stencil. It's amazing. I just adding a bit more. How is everyone's week? What's everyone's plans for Easter? I know a lot of people are doing a bit more of a quiet Easter because of ISO and bits like that. Anyone doing anything? And then we're just going to add a little bit more of the purple here.
I spoke to your dad the other day.
And then we do have a customer store, I'm sorry.
Oh, you know all that?
And then
Yeah, I'll get some of this as
go. Right, now that it's darker, now we can actually add the whites into all these bits and pieces. So we're just going to come in with our dots. I haven't got the right paintbrush to do dots, but that's okay. It will be easy with a skewer. And we're just going to keep on. Excellent. I'm glad you picked up on that one. Right. And then that my assistant has got me our skewer. We can do this a little bit faster. Oh, goodness. Right, here we go. bit all over my finger. Nothing like getting nice and water on your fingers. And then I just keep on going around.
Hang on.
Sorry. The more white dots we've got, the better this is going to work. I can think about how long it was going to take me to dot the stencil. I'm so sorry.
It will look more beautiful.
Let's hope so, Mills. I'm a bit worried that the rice paper might have spread the watercolour out because of its grain. So it might not be a clear pattern, which is a little bit worrying.
It'll still look like a rainbow.
Yeah, just a blob. Won't have all the detail that we've gone all the effort to get. But that's okay. Perfectly fine.
Practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm. No, I'm just going through here.
Do you have any more
Sunflower one?
sunflower?
No, I'm having one.
What's more of your cutouts with the sunflower?
And
Oh,
then
yeah, I've seen that one.
okay, and then it's done with that, and it was what I feared. The rice paper hasn't completely held its structure, but you can kind of tell where it is. So that's okay. We'll come through and neaten it up.
Yeah, let's grab one of those.
Wasn't
Two.
as I hoped, but that's okay. Just grab that paintbrush and come through.
It's definitely look like a wheat butterfly.
It looks better when it doesn't have the rice paper underneath. I just thought the rice paper would give a little bit more texture to it, but because the rice paper's grain has spread the wood colour out, making us lose a little bit of the detail, but that's okay. That's all good. Looks like ice cream. What ice cream have you been eating?
Vanilla last night.
Wow.
What a color.
So I'm just going around the outside with white to differentiate where.
It's just when you add water to it, it looks like ice cream with the white and water. Ice cream.
And then still come in with our watercolor. And get him. Down. Gonna get it to drip. Just a little bit. And then just get the dripping all going. Right. Go. Oh, we aren't doing this, we're just doing go. We've got that there. And butterflies kind of, I'll lift them up in a second to show you. We've kind of kept the detail, not fully, not as much as I wished here, but we have enough there for to show you that the technique works. So it has worked, it's just that the rice paper underneath has actually spread the watercolor underneath the stencil a little bit. And it's also because I'm very heavy-handed, which is lovely to know. But it definitely has worked, which is quite nice. And you can see where the little layers and everything are that we've done, which is beautiful. And then what we're going to come and do is, instead of doing like a whole nother wing, we're actually going to come in and make it look like it's spread that way. So we're going to hold our art journal on an angle. You can also like prop up a paint bottle underneath, which is what I normally do if I was in my own art area, but we are unfortunately not.
And the one you've got here to go, I think one.
So then and I'm only sticking to the 3 colors just so that it works quite nicely. Also, so that I don't make mud, because watercolor is very easy to make mud with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes we make mud, but not right now.
Oh, it is dripping.
Yeah, see?
And it's taking the blue outline texture.
Excellent. We'll spread with that. Nice. And then what we want to do is we want to come up from color. We want to come up here and just add a little bit of our, just to get a bit of an outline, bit of bounce. There we go. And then we've got that there, like so. That one. Thank you, Cindy. Let's see.
I bet that would be so like pinky.
Just adding a bit of pink over that one, just for adding the fine, I guess, details to it. So we've got like a definite wing, and then we've got more of a, and it's definitely a more defined wing because we went around with it with our white, and this one here is more like welcome to the next page type thing. And then we're just gonna come in with our white down here on our finger, and we're just gonna spread it because it's a bit of a hard line there now, so we kind of want to just get rid of that hard line. And give it a bit more of a hook to it. Go. And then now we've got that there. I'm just going to come here and add a little bit of the pink. Just to balance it all out. And then we're gonna just come in with our glitter. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm trying to make a lot of palettes, but it's just not working, so that is alright. I mean, glitter doesn't really grip well, but we'll try. It's got glue on it. Oh, it's kind of dripping actually.
Just a question, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to use more vibrant colours with this type of style?
Yes, it is possible to use more vibrant. If you want more vibrant and less pastel, definitely use acrylic for it. I just use watercolor because it's easier to carry on a plane.
So like with acrylic Montmartre?
Yes, with acrylic Montmartre, any acrylic paint would work. You just, yeah, you've got to, and it would be, and it wouldn't have bled. Also with the rice paper, we'd use acrylic. It's just that I don't have my acrylics here with me. So I'm using watercolor today, which is why it has more of a pastel effect, but it looks really nice. Oh, thanks, Sally. So yeah, you can get a more vibrant effect with it. Oh, have fun up, Bunny Deborah. And then we're just going to add a little bit more glitter down here, and then I think we'll be done. Right, so now that we've got all that, I think that's it. Yeah, so it didn't work out exactly to the play, but you can see the detail that we went into with the watercolor. If there was no rice paper underneath, it would have worked, but or if we used acrylic, either one. But that is our art journal page today. I hope you liked it. Next week we will be doing paper piecing with collage. So yeah, definitely fun. I don't know if we'll be doing it on Saturday or at a different time. It depends because next Saturday I have my graduation ceremony, so it all just depends on where things align up. But yes, thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a great week. I hope you guys learned something. I'm sorry that I was a bit quiet today. I'm not used to sitting. Yeah, it just feels like a little bit claustrophobic when sitting. I don't know. I always create when standing, but that's just me. Thank you all for coming, and have a great week, everyone. Bye.